I keep promoting Formlabs. I've got Formlabs equipment here. I'm a huge fan of it, not just because I do have a vested interest in their success, but I think that they're kind of on the right path with the price points of their equipment, with their performance, which is amazing, and with the price of the materials. So with all of those things kind of coming down to a point where it's easy to access, getting familiar with that workflow. So we talked earlier about what does it take to understand 3D printing and to to be successful with it. Getting into it now will prepare you for the future when the equipment only gets better. Right? We can print something, and it can print on a Form 4 at one layer every 5 seconds. That's phenomenal. Well, how do we prepare for the future when, who knows, that comes down to one layer every half a second? Those have, yeah, it sounds faster, but it has huge implications in a lot of other areas, in the fact that, well, now I don't even have to worry about, I talked earlier about being able to print something just in time. Well, now I can, when I say just in time, I can print just one thing. If we get that fast, and I can just print one thing while somebody is standing here, it's like printing your driver's license or whatever. You can get that while someone is waiting. That opens up a whole new possibility and a whole new paradigm when we start talking about 3D printed parts. So I think getting into it now, getting into 3D printing, getting yourself familiar with what it takes to 3D print parts, and to get to understand the workflow, to start identifying the advantages. Now is a great time to do that. And I'll say that there are people who've been using 3D printing for a while. So if you think about that, they have equipment that is anywhere from 4 to 8 years old. So older equipment, and that is their perception of 3D printing, right? So their perception is, I've got a 3D printer, I know everything about 3D printing. That's not the case. The technology has changed so much in just the past couple of years that if your perception of additive manufacturing is what you've done 3 to 4 years ago, it's no longer like that. So now is the great time to get into what the new things are. They're not expensive. And if you're not ready to dive in, find someone who, like us, who has this equipment,